Today we're at the Wyedean Weaving Company and we're going to make a rope for a horse lead for the Royal Horse Artillery, the King's Troop. And we're going to make this on a rope walk, which is this machine here, using a long room where we will spin the rope. This is our long room, 15 metres long, and we're going to spin the rope down the length. We're going to make the rope out of a 2-fold 16s combed cotton, natural white. This is it here, and we have 9 cones of the yarn set out on the floor. This is the other end, which is a spinning wheel, which we will use to spin the rope from. So the next stage now is to set up all the threads down the length of the room. Okay, so this is how the process starts. So there we have 9 cones, 9 threads, there and back, that's 18 threads. We're going to do that. For each strand we need to go down twice to each strand. That will be 36 threads in the primary strand, and then the secondary strand will be 6 of those. So this is a walking process that takes a while to set up. So this is the last part of the setup now. This is the 18th individual ply that we're setting up before we begin to start twisting. Okay, so that's the setup completed now. We've got 36 threads, individual threads in each of these strands, and there are 18 strands around the wheel. And we're going to begin the twisting process now. So during the first twisting process we use a die to keep the strands separated, otherwise they may catch on each other and twist together. So we've begun to put some twist into each thread now. So the 36 individual threads are being bound together to create a single strand, and you can see now the 18 strands beginning to form around the wheel. As we're beginning to put twist into individual strands, the strands are becoming shorter in length, and the spinner is being drawn away from its original position, and the weight, the block and tackle, is shortening. The weight's applying tension into the rope. That completes the first stage of twisting. The 18 strands have all now been bound together. We're now going to take the 18 in chunks of 6 and put them all onto just 3 individual hooks, which will be the beginning of the second and final stage of twisting. So now what we've done is taken each of the 6 individual strands and put them onto a single hook. 6 here, 6 here, and 6 here. So we have the beginnings of a 3-ply rope coming together. What we're going to do is reverse the direction of the twist, so that the hooks will now spin anti-clockwise instead of clockwise, and then we'll begin to cable up the 3-ply rope. Now we're finished with this multi die, we can take this out. And instead we're going to use this die, which has 3 channels, which we're going to use to actually ply the rope as we spin it together. And we put the die in to the strands, lead it up to the beginning, and we can now begin to twist. see the plies are now beginning to twist together, and as they twist together they will shorten, and so the spinner will gradually move towards the spinning wheel. We've nearly reached the point now where there's so much twist in these individual strands that they're wanting to spin back on themselves, which is the beginning of the rope being manufactured. Okay. So now we've spun the rope together, the final stage is we need to put these three strands all onto one and reverse a twist again to actually push the twist down the full length of the rope to make it nice and tight. So that's the end of the rope being twisted now, so we can take it off the spinner. That goes back to the end, and the rope is now stable. And there we go. Finished 3-ply cotton